Hello everyone, I'm Blink Repeat and today I'll be showing you how to customize and camouflage your cars. Now I'm basing the camouflage off what looks best from the top of your car because that's where the police will be looking at you from, or if you are a policeman, where the criminals will be looking at you from. Now I want to tell you how important the automatic garage game pass is. It lets you spawn any of your cars from anywhere you are. And now I'll get straight into the camouflage. So I'm going to start off with a basic car. My favorite car is the Torpedo because it's really fast and quite rare. So I'm not going to be using a traditional garage, I'm going to be using the Auto Garage Game Pass. It's the same thing as the normal garage except mobile. So first you want to start off by looking through textures and what looks best on sand, which is what we're going to be starting with. So you zoom out from the top and you've got to try and find out what looks best. I've still got my purple headlights, so I'm going to get rid of those and probably change my glow as well. There it is. So that it looks more natural and can help us better. Yeah, chrome will do. So at the moment it looks pretty good against the sand, but we need a different solution because a cop will still be able to see us, or a criminal will still be able to see us from the top. Yeah, Tiger doesn't really work either because it's got the black stripes. Hot Dog, because it's got the hot dog, it doesn't really help. I don't know why I clicked that. Orange Pixel is a good one to wear if you want to flex. Taxi, no. A lot of the time when you're camouflaging, using a texture isn't the best idea. Generally just plain colors will work best for you. So now I might try changing the other parts of the car to the similar color. Let's try yellow. Oh, it's too bright. Pastel orange works pretty well for the windows. I've tried other colors before with the windows, but because they're a window they have that like silvery gloss. It looks a bit weird. So I've got rid of the texture. I'm going to change the body color now. I'm going to try pastel orange again, but it comes out a bit different because it's not a window, like I said before. But pastel orange works pretty well against sand at the moment. And I'm going to try the glow, get it to pastel orange. That works pretty well as well. Now where is it? The wheel color. You don't want purple when you're driving on sand, because if a cop sees you from the side and they just see two purple dots, they're going to be thinking that's definitely a car. So we're going to try the pastel orange again, and if that doesn't work we might try sand. Oh, it works pretty well. So now we're going to do the glow and see if there's any other options. You don't need a glow, it's just what I recommend. Oh yeah, that works way better. You want to look for colors that look as much as the sand as possible when you're camouflaging your car, if you're going to be on sand a lot. So now you go to the saves section. So when you're being chased, you can quickly go to the saves or go to a normal garage and change to that save. And then when you drive onto the sand, the cops won't be able to find you, hopefully. So now we're going to move on to a different material. I think grass is another main one that we need to look at. So I'll get to a patch of grass. Just give me a sec. Yeah, so grass you mainly would need dark greens work best because they also work better at night. If you have a lighter green, then at night you'll show up pretty well. This color also works pretty well against the dirt color, so you can also change the skin to look more like the dirt. So you might want to change. Oh yeah, I'm changing my headlights because they're still purple. I might try sand. Ooh, yeah, that looks good. Yeah, so that's the sand/dirt color done. And now we're going to look at it from a high point. I've brought my. Oh, just give it a minute. There's a little bit of lag because of my internet. So from the top it looks pretty good. This is sort of the position where the cops and the helicopters will see you from, so you can barely see it against the dirt there. So when cops are flying high and you're on the dirt with this camouflage on, they're going to have a pretty hard time finding you. So now we're going to move on to the grass color. I'm going to find a nice patch of grass for us to work on. I think he will be just fine. So go to the garage, then you want to look for the colors that look most like grass. So I think forest green. Normal green doesn't work that well. Pastel green is way too light. So we want to go to textures first to see what textures would look best. Field is way too dark. It is dark, but too dark. And it's still got the white lines. Camo works really well for grass, especially when you're going past trees and all that. There'll be a lot of areas in the wavy grass as well where having camo on is a really good idea. Forest green is a nice dark color. It'll work really well for camouflaging your vehicle, it especially works well with the camouflage texture. I'm just going to change all my car parts now to the forest green, including the spoiler, but because I've got the torpedo, there's only one spoiler, which is the default torpedo spoiler. Yeah, so that's all changed. And I'm going to do the glow. Oh yeah, that looks really good. So now when you're driving along and you're wearing camo, if you go through some wavy grass or you're just driving along normally, the cops will have a very hard time finding you. See, now I'm turning my headlights on and off. Because it's forest green, you can barely even see that it's there. That can also be a good way to find out which colors are best for camouflage by putting it on your headlight first and then flashing it onto the ground. And if it doesn't look that good, then you should probably change it. So from the top, this skin on the car looks a little bit too dark, but because we're right in the sun, it lights up the ground a bit. So at night time it'll be really good. In the daytime, maybe not as much, but this is the best texture for the car. If it doesn't work for you, then you can change it to normal green or not pastel green, or just forest green. So now you go to saves, and I'm going to erase one of my saves and click it again, and that'll save it and delete that one for the next one. So now when you're driving along, you can go to a garage or open your automatic garage, and then you can change the color of your car there. So now we're going to go into the water. Now the water's a lot easier because from a certain height the water will just block off anything that's inside the water. So looking at it from the top, it's pretty distorted, but if a cop flew by they would be able to see that color. So frost is actually quite a good one for water. You also maybe want to look at it from inside the water because the cop might also be driving in the water. Wavy is really good. Wavy I'd recommend the most to use on your car. So yeah, anything with a dark blue would work well. So just going through, diamond wouldn't work because it's too light. Blue pixel is a very good one, especially if you want to flex. Yeah, so lightning doesn't work because of that big yellow stripe. I just wanted to try it to see if it would. Yeah, so you just want to pick with what camouflage is best, looking at the top. In other videos I will go over what looks best for helicopters and planes and motorbikes and all that, but for now I'm just doing the car video. So now I'm going to change it. Now I'm going to change all the other body parts of the car to look like the water. I've gotten rid of the texture because it looks really good. Cyan works really well in water as well if you don't have a high budget. I have a lot of players in Jailbreak that aren't very good at camouflaging their cars or don't have that much money, and they ask me what's the best idea, and I always tell them cyan or forest green or this or that. And so instead of having to explain it to them every single time, I made this video instead. So now changing the tire. Now a lot of people won't have a choice of tire, but I recommend you just pick one like the level 50, or you pick the one of the season 3, the blue one. Those tires are quite good underwater. So now you want to click the save. So now when you're driving along, underwater, it's quite hard to see you. So just going up against the water, it's quite hard to see. So if a cop is standing on the shore and you're driving through, they'll probably hear an engine, but that's about it. They won't hear much else. And keep in mind that any car you drive in the water is slower than on the surface. So if you drive a car underwater to get away from a cop and they're in a helicopter, it's quite likely you're going to get caught. It's better to drive on land unless you can get away from the cop easily by using the water. See, now you can see at this height the water completely gets rid of the color of the car, but as you get closer it does get easier to see, but it's not that obvious. So that's about it for this video. I might cover how to which colors are best for on the road. You'd mainly just pick black colors, but I still will show you how to do that. So on the main highway is the best place to run away from cops if you have a camouflaged car. So the best colors that I would recommend are matte. Black also works, but I find matte works better because of its texture at close range. So just going through everything. So I wouldn't pick a tire because, like a colored tire, because that wouldn't be very good for the camouflage. I'd probably pick off-road because it looks best up against the rest of the car. Now I know I've got my police sirens on top, but if you're a criminal you won't have those. If you're chasing a criminal and you do have those, then they're barely going to be able to see you and they're going to be able to hear your engine. So yeah, that looks pretty good. So that's about it for that. I'm going to drive around a bit and show you what it looks like driving. Yeah, you can barely see the car. So the only thing a cop would be able to see if they're looking at you from the top is the lines on the road are being changed by something moving. So I'll just do a bit of drifting around the city. Yeah, if a cop was in a helicopter and was chasing you, I doubt that they'd be able to see you. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome. So yeah, so now I'm just going to show you what it looks like to quickly change textures as you're going from place to place. If I can just turn around. If you do get into a chase, my number one recommended vehicle to use would be a flying one or a motorbike, because they have really good turning circles and you can make a sharp turn really quick and you can get into small spaces. Using a car in a chase, it's quite likely you'll bump into something. Regardless of how good you are at driving, there could be another driver who runs into you. So yeah, now that you've saved them, you can go to the garage and pick them up and change it up. So you can see now that I'm camouflaged into the dirt. So if you're in a chase, oh, I forgot to change the colours of the headlights and the wheels. So if you're in a chase and you change it quickly and go into the dirt, then some cops aren't very smart and they'll probably see the dirt and go, oh, it's just dirt, and then turn around. Just going to change that back. Oop, that's too bright. There we go, that's a nice colour. Or sand, no, it's still too bright. Yeah, go back to pastel orange. And tyre, I would not do the blue 50. I would recommend the level 50 and the thin, or my username is this tyre, because they work quite well. So yeah, that's about it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do have a Discord link in the chat for all the fans of my channel who go onto Discord, and they can suggest new content for me to do in my future videos. And I would really encourage you to subscribe to my channel, because at the moment I don't have that many subscribers. Please leave a comment for new content you'd like to see in the future, and I will make a video on it, specifically about Roblox. I prefer that you would do one about Roblox, pretty much any game. I might be doing one on Wild West as well in the future. So yeah, thank you for watching this far, if you watched this far. Please watch another video. I have other videos on Retail Tycoon, on how to start off really well and how to use the manager. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.